Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. It's your girl Ade and this is Life with Ade. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Ade and I make Canadian based content. If you're a returning subscriber to my channel, welcome back, my OGs. You guys are the best. Please, before we go ahead, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do well to subscribe. If you have not engaged yet, like, comments. You're going to learn a lot in this video, so please do well to like, do well to comment, and do well to share, especially to people that you think might need this information. Now, before we go into today's video, I'm sure you have seen the topic on how to save your money while earning minimum wage in Canada. Very, very simple. All you just need is a little bit trick here and there, and that is why Ade is here to teach you as usual. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and now let's dive right into the video. Number one, the first way for you to efficiently save your money as a minimum wage earner in Canada is to create a budget. This is where many people fail. I do not understand why they will be paying you money and you don't have a budget. So anything that just come, you're tapping, you're giving, you're paying. No, you need to create a budget. Now we're going to work with raw figures here. Let's say you earn $1,000 in a month. Your budget, whatever you are spending in that 1,000 should be at least $800. So you're spending 80% of your earnings, right? So your phone bills, your rent, your grocery, everything needs to key in for the first half of that money, that $800. You don't want to be those people that use all their 10 figures to eat. So you need to create a budget. So the problem now, the way a budget helps is that while you're creating the budget, you're like, oh my God, all this does not fit into this $800 and I really need to keep $200 on the side. So what do? You go back to your list and you start taking out things that are necessary, because while you're creating your budget, you're probably adding, oh, I need to do my hair every 2 weeks, I need to buy this every day, I need to do. So a budget makes you constrained. It literally checks your list and you're like, you don't need this, you don't need this, you don't need this. All of this just to fit in to that budget. For my second point, you will need a pen and a jotter for this. I want you to pay close attention because you might miss it. So number two is savings. Yes, I'm teaching you how to save money, right? And I'm still talking about savings. Calm down. Let me explain to you. First of all, you need to understand your debt to income ratio. You need to go and Google that one. I will not be explaining that in this video. But when we talk about savings, I want you to have three particular things in mind, three key things. I want to talk about a regular savings, I want to talk about your emergency funds, and I want you to think about investing. So, listen, when you have that $200 per se that you have left aside, what you need to do now is to know how to split them. One for your normal savings, the second one would be an emergency savings, and the third one would be your investment. This three is very paramount, and here's why. When we're talking about savings, right, you need, after you have paid your bill, you've paid phone bills, you've paid something, things still happen in our daily life. We don't predict the future. We can't predict the future. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But as a student, for example, there are just some days that maybe you're craving sweets, you're craving coffee. There's this one book you want to buy. It's just $10. It's just $20. You're going to Dollarama. You still need to get that money from somewhere, right? So that is where your day-to-day savings come in. You're like, okay, I've saved up this thing this week. Let me just take $20 to do that for this week. That is an example of a savings. Now, when we're talking about emergency funds, emergency savings, they are savings that it only happens during an emergency. You only need them when there's an emergency. For no reason, I repeat, for no reason should this be like a run-to option. You don't even know they exist, except when you have a very, very tight emergency. And as much as we don't pray to be in an emergency situation, we still need to be ready for it, right? So what's an example of an emergency for me? Let's say maybe you are a car owner, right? And all of a sudden, and this has happened to me a lot, you just come out one day, you see that your tire is down. They can't fix it, it's busted or something. You need to buy new tires. Obviously, that wasn't from your plan from even for that week. But you need to buy it so you can carry your car. And this is just an example. It could be any other thing in your daily life. You need, so if you are going to a mechanic and you're like, okay, sir, I would like to buy a new tire. They are telling you, okay, bring $600. Tires on $600. It's very more expensive than that. Where do you want to get the money from if you don't have a plan? So an emergency savings would help you because you already have your money saved up for that emergency. So you'll be like, okay, this is what the money is for anyways. Let me use it and let me build it back. But you see how you are not going and say, oh, uncle, can you please borrow me $10 there? Auntie, this, borrow me $20 there. Uncle, this, borrow me $20 there. You need to always be ready for any situation. Now let's move to the investment aspect of this. This is very interesting because to me, an investment is something you just forget. You just forget about it. Like it's a day-to-day, a paycheck to paycheck kind of thing. Once it's your paycheck, you remove whatever it is for your investment and you forget about it. You don't even think that money exists. So when we're talking about investment options, it's a lot, right? You need to decide which one you want, what kind of perks, what you're looking into. You might need to sit down with a financial advisor for this. You might maybe do crypto, forex, what simple, anything. But you need to have a portion of your money that you invest and you get returns on, right? So for example, when you're dealing with the bank, they have with like TFSA options, they have RSP options, they have FHSA options. So I'm sorry, these are a little bit, this is financial lingo. Let me come down to your level. So like your tax-free savings, your retirement plan, your first home buy, there is a lot. You just need to go to the advisor and they will tell you which one is right for your situation. Because me as a 20-year-old girl and somebody that is in their 50s, obviously we don't have the same plan. So there's really different things that suit to different people. You people should subscribe, or if you have not subscribed, now it's time for you to subscribe. Voila. Okay, where were we? So another thing that I want you to really keep in mind with this savings, emergency savings and your investment is that there is a process of hierarchy to them. Let us refrain. I'm not a financial advisor. This is Precious just giving you an advice that if you can follow if it works well for you. The way I see this is that you need to be established in one before you go to the other one, okay? So before you say you want to have an emergency savings, obviously you need a regular savings. Before you want to have an investment, you need to have your emergency savings sorted out. You don't want to say, okay, I have an emergency savings, and then when anything happens, you want to buy sweet, you want to buy chewing gum, you're touching your emergency savings. That is not emergency. So you need to establish like, okay, let me just save up to 500 at least. Once you have like a $500 threshold saving for your regular savings, then you move on like, okay, now let me start putting my money together for my emergency savings. Because if anything happened today, for my day-to-day life, I have somewhere to fall back on. For my emergency savings, however, I need to start building it up. When you have built your emergency savings to a certain threshold, you cannot be like, okay, now it's time for me to start investing money. It's even very interesting that you might have built this thing to like some point, and you might maybe take half of it, like maybe take half of your savings, take half of your emergency savings if there's no emergency so far, and then go invest it. There is an option like that, right? So, but you need to like already establish yourself in certain levels. Your savings already needs to be in a certain threshold. Your emergency savings needs to already be in a certain line before you now say, okay, now it's time for me to invest. Because think about this. You cannot be investing and you don't have anything to fall back on. You cannot be investing money and say, okay, now today I want to buy underwear. Let me go and touch my investment. You know, gather. That's not how you do it. So for me, this is the best hierarchy for you to follow. If you need more help, you should see a financial advisor, and I think they will be the best to guide you down that line. I know you might think that's a lot of information you have gotten, but if you break it down and you really think about it, it's very simple very simple and straightforward to follow. If by now you have not subscribed, please do well to subscribe to my channel. Please like this video and give a comment. Also, you can share to your friends now, before it is too late. Now let me get to another part of this saving. Why do people keep turning here? Now they are streets, sorry. Okay, so now let's get to another part of this that I feel like is going to be important for saving while you earn minimum wage in Canada. There's something I like to call the psychological factor of it. It's very interesting. It might be me that created this, but I feel like it's going to work for you. For every point in time when you try to save, when you have splitted that your $200, like, okay, $20 goes to my savings, $50 goes to my emergency savings, $100 goes to my investment, however you want to split it, I like to talk about threshold so much because it's like a psychological effect on you. So now let me tell you, when you're saving your money to a certain point, many of you can call it a goal, but let's just call it a threshold, right? So say you have saved your emergency savings to like $500. No, emergency savings so far. Say you have saved your regular savings to like $200. Make that a threshold for you. Know that whatever happens, you are not going back. You are not going below that $200. So like maybe you have saved like 200, you have saved like 300, and $200 is your threshold. Anything that wants to happen, make sure the $100 on top can settle it. You want to buy new clothes, you want to buy new marker, you want to buy new spoon, you want to buy new this. Make sure that everything you are buying is in that $100, so you're not entering your threshold. Do you understand? So like that, you keep yourself, you give yourself threshold at every stage or at every month. So some people call it like a goal. So like, okay, fine, you are already have 200 now, you are moving to 500. Once you have passed 500 savings, know that whatever you are spending should not be going below, like you should not be entering that 500. You are spending anything on top of that 500. So say you have 700, whatever you want to touch in that your savings now should be the 200. So when you are done, you are starting from 500. You are not starting from zero again. Now you give yourself another threshold. You're already in 1000. Now you have 1-2 in your savings. Anything you want to do is either in 200s, in the 300s, or in the 100 that is on top of it, not that 1000. So you see how like that psychological, nobody is holding you. You are your policeman. It's you that you are cautioning yourself. Because me, the way I see this is that, and this happens to me a lot, once I like pass that threshold, once I'm like, I have $200, let me just take $50. That my $200 now, I've reached 150. I'm not like, what's the, like, I'm not motivated. I'm like, let me just go and buy this, buy that, and you're back to square one where it all started. But if you give yourself that threshold and you are like enforcing it on yourself, it will really help you. And to conclude this video, I would like to tell you our last and final step. Whatever you're doing, diversify your income. Yes, I know the video is saying you people should save money for your minimum wage, but seriously, at some point you're going to have bigger problems. You're going to have bigger expenses, bigger things, and you want to do more. So now is the time for you to start looking into diversifying your income. There's a lot of things you can tap into, side hustles, online shopping or e-commerce, everything. But either way, make sure you have like another way you're making extra income, because that's the best, that's the end, that's the bottom line at the end of the day. Because yes, you already have that stable income that is footing your bills and there's doing your savings, but now imagine you now having extra added income to that. Now you have more things to do, you have more places to spend your money in, and you have more savings, you have more investments. So I hope with this viewpoint of mine, you've been able to know or able to learn ways to save money as a minimum wage earner in Canada. If you have any questions, drop them in the DM. No, not be DM. Drop them in the comments. Let us engage in the comments. I will reply to you in the comment. If you have any other tips on ways people can save money too, please drop them in the comment section. Ade does not know all. I'm just sharing my own personal experience. You can share your sources in the comment section and everybody can learn from it. That being said, I have other social media platforms. Guys, if you have not followed me on Instagram, please follow me at Adeshewa, on TikTok at Adeshewa or Life with Ade, and on WhatsApp. You can't follow somebody on WhatsApp. But anyways, if you have not subscribed to, please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, comment. Till I come here next time, it's your girl Ade, and this is Life with Ade. Ciao guys.